Hello everybody. Tonight I'm going to be making ears for my Goatman over there, and I'm going to use polyfoam F3 part A and B. Get that from Biddy Mo Supply, and basically you mix 2 parts of B with 1 part of A. You may hear my cat in the background here. But, first of all, what we're going to do is move that out of the way. We're going to measure it up. And it goes very fast and it sets pretty quick too. Okay, you're going to put on here on scales. I'm going to zero it out. I've already done one tonight and it expands like 17 times the volume that you put in there, so you've got to be really careful not to waste this. It gets kind of expensive. I'm not going to do near as much as I did. I'm going to pour up 20 grams of B. Hopefully I'll pour it out enough to get it in the mold. This time I'm going to underdo it because it really made a lot of foam last time. Stop. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just get my paper towel. I put up the lid. And now we're going to get part A. Do 10. We can afford to do a frog's hair over 10 if we need to. So it's going to take it up to about 30. There we go. You gotta be careful with this one right here. Now this stuff kicks pretty quick, so I gotta move fast now. Start redoing it. Maybe you see me put this over the garbage can here in a second. Get it mixed up. Okay. Let's get this poured. Pour it in there, you see me? And we're going to try to pour as much as we can because it kicks fast. Ooh, here comes the top. See how quick I could barely put it in there. Go ahead and move my corn out of the way, which I made out of great stuff. Just a little bit longer. Look at that, I just barely used any in there and it's already coming up to the top. So I'm going to, let me go ahead and put this, I'm going to put the stick right there against that foam, because it will make cleaning up pretty easy in a little bit. Ooh, got a nice little mushroom forming on top here. And it will harden pretty quick. I'm almost at a good amount. Next time I guess I'll have to go 10 and 5 grams. That's ridiculous how much that expands. It's a very soft foam, flexible. And I'm going to use it for ears, so I kind of need it to be a little flexible and bouncy and stuff. It's more like a foam cushion is basically the density of it, and it puts off some fumes too. I should have a fan going, but I can never hear myself, and with a fan going, I really can't hear myself on the video. Now you can notice how it's it's hardening up, so it's starting to push up right there. Gotta hold this mold together because it's going to really try to expand that mold. This is a gel 25 mold made from silicone, and I just have plastic bandages. I made a shell around it. Probably should have been holding harder on that one, but it still should hold this shape pretty good. It's already trying to separate from the gel there. You can see how much this did earlier. I mixed probably twice as much, and I had to pour it into the garbage can. So the garbage can has some foam lining in there, so it shouldn't be so loud when I throw stuff in there now. See, it's already hard enough to touch. It's warm too. It's getting a little chemical reaction going. Let me show you the one I poured earlier. This is the ear I poured earlier. It doesn't have to be a fancy ear or anything. It's just because it's going to get furred anyways. I'm making it where these ears are interchangeable on the right and left side, so I have to make one mold. That one I have to use my gel 25, which is expensive, and the foam, it's not as expensive, but it is expensive. But put that right there. And this one is really separating good. Like the other one didn't push up this much. But I did the same thing with gel 25 on the horns, which I used Loctite, and it's starting to get kind of tough in there. It's still a little soft inside. It's inside there, so it's a little too soon to pull. But this is a cheap way of making horns, not as expensive, because you can make about 6 horns with this. Let me show you a little trick I did on this. I can already set that down. I could not get the great stuff tube all the way down there, so when I tried to make a horn earlier, it didn't go all the way down, so I had a blunt horn. So what I did is got a restaurant straw, fit right over this tube, and I just taped it down, and it extended its reach, and I was able to extend it down to the bottom and squirt, fill it up. And when I did, I put a little too much in that tube, but it shot up. It's not bad. I like the other foam. What I'll do is I'll get a knife and just cut it. Once I use this to help pull it out of the silicone mold, it's good to have a little extra. Grab it to work it out. Then you just cut it off and you got your horn. And the same way with this ear. I used it to help pull it out and demold it. When I'm ready, I will cut it out. Then I will stick the ear in latex. Then I'll pull it out, and then I'll dip that into latex, so both ends are in latex. I can glue it to the mask, paint it, and fur it. That's one way of making ears. I did do a ear experiment with great stuff. Nice ear. It's pretty stout. No flex whatsoever. It's pretty tough. I want them to stick straight out. That is great, but I need a little more flexibility. I think this would have on it. So, and here comes my cat, shop help in here. Come tell me she's ready to go to bed. This is her room. She makes me leave because she wants to sit on this chair and spend the night. Still not quite ready to demold, I believe. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a try here. Once all the heat's gone, then the chemical reaction's finished. Okay, gonna pull this off. One side off. I'm gonna post another video on how I made this. Okay, let's see if we are ready yet. Look inside there and see if it's. Gotta get some air in there. Break the vacuum seal. This comes out a lot easier than at least the other one did, than the great stuff. The great stuff didn't demold as easy as this stuff did. Apply a little pressure, work it up. And there it is. Another ear. Just cut it and latex it and paint it. And that's what a mold looks like. I made the mold out of clay and just pour latex over it and painted over it and let it harden. Then I made a bandage shell around it, one side. Just put on one side, then I wrapped it with Reynolds cling wrap or any kind of wrap. Then I went ahead and made the shell for the other side to overlap it a little, and then that's how I made it. But that's it for my little ear tutorial here. And right now I'm trying to get my Goatman and a Yeti I'm making. But the Goatman, I'm got it in sculpting still, trying to tweak it and smooth it up and double check the shape and stuff, add a little more texture, and then I will be ready to sculpt him maybe next weekend. But that's what all this ears and horns are for. With the horns, I'm going to fix it where I can put ram horns on it, or maybe other type horns too. I have my Crumpus horns that I have. And that's my Yeti. And that's my kitty. So I'm going to let you go for the night. The cat wants to go to bed. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you can. You see all my werewolves back there.